guys, and welcome to this week's Premier League preview show with myself and Flex.
What's going on? What's going on? It's a cold Premier League preview show today.
It's in a bit of a mood because it's so cold. But of course, we're here at West Ham ahead of the weekend's game. Also going to be talking about the Manchester derby and Everton versus Spurs under Antonio Conte. Okay, so of course we're at West Ham ahead of the game with Liverpool, which is on the Robbie channel at 4:30 on Sunday, so make sure you tune in. Since doing the double over Liverpool in 2015-16, West Ham are winless in their last 10 Premier League games against Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool had that 2-2 draw with Brighton last week. Unsuspecting result.
Very unsuspecting.
At home.
We didn't predict that.
No,
yeah.
we did not
a
have
lot
that.
Of people did.
How do you see this one going? West Ham also, before we get into it, thumped Villa.
Yeah.
With
ease, man. West Ham are in really good form right now. They are buzzing. I think Liverpool got a really difficult game on their hands. They were back to sorts, shaking off that Brighton result in midweek with Atletico Madrid. They've done the business on them.
They did. They looked really
proper,
good last
even
night.
before the red card.
I'd say Atletico didn't look like they turned up there.
They didn't, but I feel like that was a lot. Liverpool were on it. They were on it. Trent was on it. They were all on it. So I don't think Liverpool will be, not feeling like they can come here and get a result. They're confident, but on a West Ham point of view, I think they've got all the tools to get a result out of this. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. This is an incredible stat. Only reigning Premier League champions Manchester City and reigning European champions Chelsea have earned more Premier League points in 2021 than West Ham.
They got David Moyes.
They are literally flying. David Moyes' army. I mean, you guys didn't want
Might get the Man United job again.
I was going to say, would he be someone that you guys are looking at?
I'll take him back now, yeah. with what's going on, mate, I'll take him back.
No, seriously though, West Ham have been flying, the last 2 seasons. European football as well. I think they've got European football tonight, Thursday, obviously when we film. Prediction for this game? How do you see this one going?
I see a draw.
Do you?
Yeah, but Liverpool will obviously be favourites, rightly so.
Liverpool have got injury worries though, don't they?
Yeah, they got. Who's out? Oh,
well, we saw Firmino come off last night.
Yeah.
We saw Firmino back. Thiago also came on last night, but they still have got Naby Keita's out. And I guess Mane literally took a battering last night. I'm sure
he did take a bet. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. I just think that West Ham are so confident. I can't see them just getting rolled over anyway. I'm gonna go, because I just don't want Liverpool to win. I'm gonna go over 1-1.
I also think this does have the potential to be a draw. However, I feel like I should back West Ham for once.
Just because you never do.
Yeah, I think
they've proven that they're just doing their thing.
Yeah,
now.
And as much as I'm bitter, it is what it is. I think that there's going to be goals in this. I mean, just for a stat, Mikel Antonio has been involved in 17 goals in his last 22 Premier League games at London Stadium. So I'm going to go with a 3-2 West Ham win.
Oh, you're okay.
Liverpool.
Thriller. Five-goal thriller.
Liverpool do concede.
They do. But I feel like, and I don't like saying this, it's just me being, when I return back to sensible Flex and say what really you should say.
Yeah. If
you are going to back anyone to win, it probably should be Liverpool though.
It should be, but I feel
they're doing their thing.
I feel West Ham at home are very good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going to go rogue. I'll probably be wrong.
No, I like what you're saying though, because that's why I don't think they'll lose.
I think it's going to be a good game.
So I'm saying a draw.
Really good game.
They got West Ham.
Looking forward to that.
They're actually enjoyable to watch as well. Yeah. Like when I watched them against Villa last week, I just enjoy watching them, and they're playing well in Europe as well. So
I'm slightly regretting backing West Ham in my prediction, but I'm going to stick with it. 3-2 West Ham. All right, moving on to the big one of the weekend. Manchester United versus Manchester City. Are you going to get it done again at home?
What?
And that's just the real question. Everyone's thinking.
Yeah, it's true.
Big team coming to Old Trafford.
Very possibly.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's how you're feeling?
Yeah, very, very possibly.
Okay.
But with Ole on the right side of results, that way it looks like we're on our asses and he just finds a way. Stranger things have happened.
Are you taking that win against Spurs as a bit of a pinch of salt?
Yeah, because, Well, you won't. No, it's not being disrespectful. You lot are shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
And we both said that before the game.
Yeah.
It was just the battle of the shitness.
I mean, you weren't tested at all. No shots on target to test any of your central defenders.
It was a dud game, and then we saw against Atalanta exactly why we couldn't judge it off that game. So, yeah, I think any Man United fan knows that. And I think we just got to give a good account of ourselves. The players got to turn up. Ollie's got to pull something out of the bag because City, you can't fluke it against City. If we play how we played against Atalanta, we'll get stuffed.
Well, actually, United are unbeaten in their last 4 games against Manchester City, believe it or not. That's 1-3 and
Ollie does well against Pep in the league.
He does do well against them. However, you guys are yet to score a goal from a set-piece situation this season, while City are one of 2 sides yet to concede from a set-piece situation. So where does that leave United? What do you feel like you can exploit City?
If we go back to basics, under Ollie, that is, on the counter. You know, City can be got at. I think Palace proved that last week with Zaha.
They did have 10 men though.
But it was Zaha who created that in terms of on the counter, getting them turned, getting them into bad positions. You can get at City if you have the right game plan. But if we try to go toe-to-toe like we did with Liverpool and get the game plan all wrong, then we're in trouble. So in terms of exploiting them, and in this back 5 as well, which we've played against you and Atalanta, can't judge it against you lot. And Atalanta, we saw what happened. Varane's not there now. He's injured for the best part of a month. Not great. So it doesn't look good.
Okay, look, you won the battle against Spurs, but you clearly didn't win the war. As one of your managerial options in Conte has now come to North London. How do you feel about that?
Annoyed that, you know, it seems to me like you lot are showing more ambition than we are, which, no disrespect, but disrespect meant that shouldn't be happening between Man United and Tottenham.
You said that you didn't want to lose that game last week, but in hindsight of El Sacchio, would you have rather have taken the loss?
I have to be honest, I'm not one of them fans though, like, where I go to the game want us to lose. It just feels wrong. I get why people say it, because it's for the good of the club in the longer term. Just take one loss and then you'll be all right. But I don't know, I just feel really uncomfortable with that. It's not me. It's not me. But look, if you're asking me, would I prefer to have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Antonio Conte? My answer is Antonio Conte. Which is, I think, a fair assessment. Yeah.
Manchester City, great midweek win against Club Brugge, 4-1, they stuffed them.
Yeah.
Who are you guys going to be looking out for with City? They've got so many options, and you always know Pep jiggles with the team.
Jiggles with the team, yeah, exactly. Not bothered. Doesn't matter who plays, does it really? If he might bring Ferran Torres back in and play him up front, doesn't matter. With how we're playing and how good City are and what we're capable of doing in this bad moment, it worries me whoever City play. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, we have to just try and frustrate them. We've got to be solid. We've got to sit off them. We cannot go toe to toe. I don't think we can go up high, pressing in big numbers, because we're not good enough to do it. We've proved that we were not quite there yet. And after playing the 5 at the back for 1.25 games, that's not enough to say it's fluid and it's there. So, to answer your question, all of City.
Okay, well, guys, this is live on Don Robbie at 12:30 on Saturday. So make sure you tune into that. Prediction for this game, Flex? Don't be biased.
1-1.
1-1. There was definitely some bias in that. Okay,
I hate predicting we're going to lose. I just don't like doing it.
I'm going to go with a 2-0 Manchester City win on this one. Quickly moving on to Everton versus Spurs. I mean, unfortunately for Everton, this has just come at a really bad time for them. Of course, we saw them lose to Wolves on
Rafa's in
Monday
trouble,
night.
you know.
Rafa is in serious trouble. And I think that Everton were probably not really too bothered about the prospects of Spurs coming last week.
No.
Now with Conte, it's looking a whole different prospect, isn't it? Everton have won just one of their last 17 Premier League games against Tottenham. They've drawn 8 and lost 8, beating them 1-0 at the stadium in September last season. That's the only time. What do you reckon? I mean, is the
Conte bounce? The
Conte bounce.
He gets a bounce. He definitely gets a bounce.
There must
in my
be something
opinion.
to get these Spurs players up and
I will
running.
be very, very surprised if you look. Like I said, your squad's still not great.
Yeah.
Still, he
There's
does
a few
need
key players, but that's it.
Yeah, he still needs a January transfer winner to really do what he wants. But Conte's still a good enough manager, even with the limited resources you've got at this precise moment, to get a tune out of them, get them looking like a unit. Get
Harry Kane back.
Get Harry Kane playing, get creating chances. So I do fear for Rafa Benitez in this game, because the confidence of Everton is getting a bit shot right now. They're making silly mistakes. They're conceding goals.
Yeah.
They were poor against Wolves in the first half.
Yeah, the second half they looked they had a bit more life in them. They have got a lot of injuries there, I would say.
Exactly. Calvert-Lewin's still not there yet. Richarlison's only been back a couple of games. So I feel like Of course, though, you can't underestimate them. And it's still going to be quite a difficult game for Spurs. It's Everton away. That's never easy.
No.
But I just think with the bounce of Conte and the organisation, it could even be like not a stalemate, but could be quite boring.
Yeah.
I mean, Conte's stacked up with the back five, trying to just get his
feet under the table.
Feet under the table, and it's his first Premier League game. Yeah. He's going to see who he wants, so it might not be as exciting as we think. I think a draw, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in his previous stint in the Premier League, Antonio Conte remained unbeaten against Everton, winning 3, drawing 1, and his side kept a clean sheet in all of those games. I know it's not quite the same defence that obviously he had at Chelsea. And Everton have lost each of their last 3 Premier League games, as many as they had in their previous 12 in the competition.
So
it is not looking very good for Rafa Benitez. Is it too soon to say that he could be on the chopping block? Back to Newcastle, maybe?
Imagine that. I feel like it's... So in football, with how quickly managers change, I don't think it's ever too soon. You never know, innit? With the wrong results, and especially with certain boards are like, don't care, mate. See you later. But that he hasn't got a lot of credit in the bank because of, like I said, the Liverpool thing. He had to get a good start. He got the good start, and it was all right.
On odd appointment.
But if it goes really bad, quite quickly, no one's going to say, but I really believe in the turn. Then they're going to be like, okay, cool, Liverpool, right, later.
And we'll move on.
So
we see that teams are ruthless now. Watford, Spurs, it doesn't matter. I mean,
100%.
Your club's the only one that isn't ruthless.
Wish there was.
Winning mentality, guys. Winning mentality.
Well, not just a mentality for you.
Anyway, what's your prediction for that game, sorry?
I did say a draw, actually, but something just tells me it's just a Conte bounce, man.
Conte bounce?
I think he can pound misery on Rafa Benitez. I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham win.
Okay, I'm going to go a 3-1 Tottenham win.
No, 1-0 Tottenham win.
1-0 Tottenham win?
Yeah, clean sheet, Conte, solid.
I don't believe our defence is capable of that.
Yeah, they're awful.
I'll stick with 3-1, but Harry Kane to get back on that score sheet, and Son as well. All right, so let's look ahead to the other fixtures this weekend. Arsenal versus Watford. Score prediction, please.
I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Watford had a bad result last time out against Southampton, and Arsenal are on a high. They're on a real high.
I think they can go 10 games.
10 games, before the national break. I think Arsenal would do that. Difficult game for Watford, difficult period of games for them now as well. So I do worry for them a little bit about where their next where their goals are going to come from, but their results more importantly. But against this tough Arsenal side. Tough Arsenal side. 2-0.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to match you and go 2-0. I could go 3, but I think that's just a little bit too far. So I'll go 2-0 Arsenal on that one. Yeah. Leeds versus Leicester. Leeds finally got a win of late. Leicester not looking too good after that loss to Arsenal.
Arsenal brought them back down to rally. Arsenal of all teams, when they were starting to build again. Beat Brentford, and then against Aston didn't do too well. But Leeds, I think again, there's still a lot to be desired for. They conceded against Norwich. It wasn't all their own way. 2 teams down the bottom of the table. I think Leicester will have too much though. I think Leicester will get a response with Brendan Rodgers. I will go 2-1. Leicester.
I just feel like I'm going to match you every time now. I was going to go 2-1. I'm going to keep it 2-1 because I think that's what it'll be as well. I think Leicester will still have enough quality, and the way Leeds are playing have shown no signs that anything.
No, and it's just a consistency thing for them as well.
I agree. Chelsea versus Burnley. Burnley got that really good win against Brentford. Neither of us saw that one coming.
Big up Burnley. Big up Cornet as well. He's really good.
He is really good.
He's good. He's just quietly, because he's at Burnley, no one's really talking about him. Burnley doing well. Under the radar, doing his thing. I think Chelsea will win the game.
Not comfortably.
But I don't think they'll smash them up. Nah, I think it will be quite close. I think, not close, but I think it'll be like 2-0. 2-0, but Burnley are, doing a Burnley. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to go with... What did you say?
2-0 Chelsea.
I'll make it tighter. I'll go 1-0 Chelsea.
Okay.
I'll go 1-0 Chelsea. I mean, it is at home, so but still, I'll go 1-0 Chelsea.
I think it'll be more than that.
1-0 it will be, but I'll go 1-0. Right, Crystal Palace versus Wolves.
Nice game, this.
Really nice game.
Yeah, I'd like to watch
Wolves
that.
are much better of late.
Is that a 3 p.m. kickoff? Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay. Can't watch those in this country, so
we can't.
No.
The Wolves have looked really good. They've actually started to convert the chances they were creating at the first half of the season into goals now, which is good. Arguably should have killed Everton off a long time ago in that game. Crystal Palace also looking good too.
Just beat City. They'll be full of confidence. I'm gonna back Palace to win.
Okay.
Yeah. 2-1. 2-1 Palace.
Okay.
Yeah. Wolves look very good.
What shall I go for with this one? I'm going to go for a draw.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, that's probably quite a logical thing to go with, actually. 2 teams in form, doing quite well, confident as well.
It's a sitting on the fence one.
Yeah.
Brighton versus Newcastle.
Brighton win, man.
Surely.
Newcastle were just...
Not at the race.
They need to, thought they was going to get Unai Emery, didn't work. Now they're talking to Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
He's been out the game for a while, not sure about that one.
No, back down to reality very quick after that takeover. It's all about staying up. Sam Allardyce incoming.
Brighton, great performance against Liverpool, could have won the game. 2-0 Brighton.
Okay, I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton. Southampton versus Villa. Southampton, that good win last week against Watford. Villa, not so good week against
Getting worried for Dean Smith,
Yeah,
Getting worried for that. I really like Dean Smith, but I spoke to a couple of Villa fans that I know as well. Saying, nah, Flex, I don't know, mate.
I think they did spend that money quite well, the money. So.
Yeah, and what is it, 10, 11 games now?
Yeah.
You want to see a bit more of a return on that. They're really uncharacteristically bad at the moment, Villa. Just can't defend. Southampton on the up. Draw. 1-1.
I'm going to go 1-0 Southampton. At home, I'm just going to back them.
Dean Smith will get sacked if that happens.
It's harsh though. It's really harsh, I think. I still don't think it necessarily warrants it, but no, I'm going to give him a little bit longer.
Yeah, I would.
A little bit longer.
As well.
And finally, Brentford versus Norwich.
They need a reaction, Brentford. They've been on a bit of a slippery slope.
Yeah, they've
last
finally
couple games.
found out what the Premier League's about.
Yeah, exactly. But they are about to play Norwich.
Yeah.
No disrespect. And I think that they'll win that. I think they'll win that 2-0.
Okay, I'm going to match you as well and go 2-0. So that is everything from us here at West Ham on this week's Premier League preview.
Come on, West Ham. Oh, actually, no, because top 4 and all that, Man United. I want to draw.
Exactly, you want to draw.
I just hate Liverpool so much. I want to win.
Anyway, so we'll be away next week, obviously, because it is international break. But I'll be back with Pippa on Monday for Weekend Roundup, and you'll see us in 2 weeks' time. So have a great week and enjoy all the weekend's action.